Hi Sagittarius and cross watchers. I'm Sharon, intuitive empath, and this is Project Fev, Tarot and More. I have no idea why I'm talking like that. I'm already, wow, something is already coming through and it is so distracting. So I feel like what's happening with you intuitively as I pick up in the meditative session here is you guys are distracted. Something is distracting you. I don't know if you're trying to distract yourself with busyness or activities, or trying to get out of your head, trying to pull you back into like the 3D world or whatever it is, okay? So I just feel a little scattered. I feel really distracted, and I feel like in a daze, in a la-la land. And when it comes to a love reading, and I'm channeling love energy for Sages, that kind of makes me think, feel, and believe that you've either met somebody new, there's a reconciliation with someone from your past after Mercury retrograde. That could very well be the case. And that you guys are just feeling a little dreamy, but you're trying to snap yourself out of it and maintain some type of control. Okay, there's definitely like a feeling like this could get really out of control if I went with it and went with the flow fully. I can't completely give myself in that way just yet. Okay, so you're blocking yourself essentially from whatever this connection is or whatever this relationship is. There's some type of self-blockage. Okay, so this is going to represent the month of April. We're already in April, or will be by the time this video posts. So you guys will have, or be starting to feel some of these energies, whatever's being depicted by the cards. A little bit of housekeeping. Personal reads are now available. Look in the description box below for information on that. When channeling energies, there is nothing that is gender specific. You may even hear me refer to certain aspects of anatomy. In that particular instance, it is probably talking about the male version or the female version. If you're in a female-female relationship, it's the one of you that has the more masculine energy than the other. So in terms of masculine, feminine, we're talking about energies, not necessarily gender. So keep that in mind too, that there's also duality in every reading. So if you don't see yourself as described in the reading, you see yourself as the person this is happening to, your energy is still in the reading and it's still coming through for you. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't force it to make it fit. It only causes more anxieties and more questions that tend to just kind of stir up and fester, and without answers it really just kind of makes things really insufferable. Okay, so try not to do that to yourselves, you guys. It's really not necessary. Let's see, what else? Housekeeping. Oh, okay, so these are the monthlies for April. I'm going to start doing weeklies. I have for the month of April, start doing weeklies per sign. And I'm going to start specifying my readings for love, finances separate. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll do love and break that up into parts and do little weekly mini reads and energy for the day for the collective. And then maybe if there's time, if I can kind of make that happen, I'll break the energies down per sign. If you don't know what your sun sign is, it's okay. A lot of the love readings are based on your rising sign, Venus sign, and moon sign. Okay, so you're going to want to know what those are. Go to soulmatestars.com and use Carol Allen's Vedic chart creator for Vedic Sidereal. That is the astrology that influences my reads. Of course, I do acknowledge that there are other types of astrology, but I particularly feel led to expound from the Vedic point of view, or from the Vedic practice, okay? Okay, Saggy, I feel like this is all coming together now. Maybe a little bit more. So for the body of the message, I use a classic Celtic cross spread, and then get clarifiers from multiple different decks. I kind of let Spirit lead where we're going to go and see what happens. Okay, Saggies. So I feel like your cards are coming together here. General energy for the month of April in love. What do we got here? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Saggies, you are trying to get away from this connection. Trying to get away from this connection. It seems like some of you need to or want to focus more on your job or finances, or need to kind of disconnect because of a previous commitment to your job or finances and getting your money right. So you're not focusing on the relationship as much. That's okay. It's absolutely okay, okay? We'll get clarification as to why that might be, okay? But I do see as a result, it's kind of making your partner a little bit icy towards you, or a little bit cold or unfeeling, or you're in general feeling the distance, okay? So here we go. We have the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Cups at the basis of the situation in reverse, and we have the Page of Cups, the young, fun, messenger, emotional expression and energy is also in reverse. So what that really indicates to me with this combination, and then in the mind space, we have the Devil in reverse, is there's some type of way that you're feeling with this connection that is it's kind of like you feel trapped a little bit in it because you can't get away from it. It's like you get a little break or a little reprieve, and then this person comes back into your mind. It's almost like you're feeling obsessed, and you're trying to get control of this obsession. You're really trying hard. I do see that this relationship is more significant than what you're giving it credit for. The Ace of Cups is here and the Justice card is here, okay? So I do see that what's happening here is that this partner or person has been sent into your life for a reason. So I do also feel like there's a separate group that I'm picking up for that's already in a relationship, and this other person is really like, how do I put it? I don't want to say temptation, because you have genuine feelings for this other person more than the partner that you're with, but you don't want this person to be the inspiration for leaving your current partner, because that just doesn't jive with your inner value system. You want to leave the relationship because the relationship isn't working, and then if something happens with this person separately, then something happens with this person separately. So it's not like you don't desire to cheat or step out, or because it just doesn't jive with your moral system or your value system. Okay, so that's what I felt like. There's two separate groups here. Okay, so for the one group that it's just you and the other person, so far as you know and that they know it's just you and the other person, I feel like you're trying to kind of like, okay, bring it back. And then you kind of daydream about this person. So there must be some kind of distance between you two, or a long distance relationship. Yeah. I don't really see the technology card on here, so it might not be online. Maybe you guys are talking on the phone at this point, or video chatting, although that would be minimal. But I do see that there's phone communication. So it's not just all digital texting or downloads and things like that, okay? The Page of Cups would be about opening up emotionally, and you guys just aren't going to do that right yet. You're not going to do that just yet. And I don't think that the Ten of Cups in reverse means at the basis of the situation that this person isn't your Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups energy is on the table. I do think, Saggies, that you do believe that this person is your Ten of Cups. You just can't focus on it, or you're trying not to focus on it, because the blockage in the energy isn't with the Ten of Cups, it's with the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, the Page of Cups in reverse over the Knight of Pentacles kind of is letting me know that you're really, really trying really hard to focus on work, and or at least getting the work done so that you can be with this person. Okay. And I don't necessarily think that it's all money or material job. I do see some spiritual cards here, like with the moon and the star. These cards came out in the reading as well. I do feel like if there's a sense that there was a lost hope, or that you lost hope in the situation there for a little bit, because I do see the Ace of Cups on the table in upright now, versus the Ten of Cups in reverse. So it seems like you guys went through a cycle, and maybe this is a renewal where at one time you lost hope. But I don't see that you have full hope in the situation just yet. You're not fully confident in it enough to totally move forward with it. But there is something about this, and you just can't quite put your finger on it yet. You can't quite put your finger on why you cannot just cut this person out. You know, the Queen of Swords energy is on the table. She's in the future position. I think that you're kind of maybe leaning towards that, where it's like, why am I not getting the Queen of Swords? So if you're the masculine energy, and because the Knight of Wands is on the table as well, if you started this situation out to be a sexual play mate, and there was some element of fantasy and desire here, it looks a little bit, Saggy, like you kind of got caught up unexpectedly. This energy kind of swept you off your feet. That also feels like past energy. So I don't feel like this Ace of Cups right here represents that all of a sudden you fell in love and you're just coming to the knowledge of this. I feel like the past energy is that you kind of were maybe doing the online thing to kind of get like a little of your gibblies, be a little playful, right? Online play, because it's not really cheating, or not cheating, I hate that word, but it's not like maybe your partner was okay, or you guys were in an open relationship, or it's not physically going out and actually doing the deed. Okay, so it's kind of like happening in the digital realm, and I feel like you guys are able to keep that very separate. Okay, and usually it seems like you're pretty good at keeping it really separate. Very playful energy. When it's over, you move on. Okay, but I feel like because this card's in reverse, you may have started out with that person like that, but that's not how it's turning out. Like, I just see like this is starting to become like real feelings, and you guys are fighting it. You guys are fighting those internal feelings. You don't like, maybe this has put you in some kind of way, and you're trying to like tether yourself back down to earth. Like, hold on. This is just fantasy. This is just obsession. You're trying to talk yourself out of this a little bit, I feel like. So the Queen of Swords in this position, I think in this reading, is coming through more as, I'm not trying to cut you out. I'm trying to see things clearly. Okay, what's the reality in this situation? Is this real? Does this person really feel the same way for me? Are they going to cut me out? Do they understand that I've caught feelings? Do they have the same feelings? Have they caught feelings too? Well, you guys, the Ace of Cups is here, and it looks like they've caught feelings too. So I don't think that they ever... I mean, I think that they were always looking for something genuine. And I believe that this person represented their standards very clearly, okay? So if you're Sagittarius, you could be dealing with a Gemini, because this is a definite card, like an air sign card. It could be Gemini. I feel Gemini energy. Either you have Gemini strong in your chart, or you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but I'm really picking up a lot of Gemini. The moon is the Cancer card for me, and it reads where your emotional self is not really sure, okay? Your emotional self with the devil in reverse in the headspace. These two cards together really indicates is you're not really sure if this is just fantasy, and that's why you can't get them out of your head, and you're just obsessed because, you know, you're kind of chalking this up to like, well, I've done this before. I've become totally obsessed with someone thinking that there's more there, and there's not. It's just fantasy. It's just the, you know, the whole thing. Or this is the same person And the reason why the Star card is here in reverse is because in the past position, you guys have worked towards this 10 of Cups before. You've expressed yourself emotionally, been very open with this person emotionally, emotionally expressionate, saying I love you and saying all of those kinds of things, because this is definitely the card of that. And it didn't work out, or something fell apart, or, you know, and that I don't see the hurt here anymore. The 5 of Swords is in the past position, and the 6 of Swords is in the upright, also in the past position. So it looks like you guys have moved away from whatever that cutting of each other is. So I don't feel like the Queen of Swords in the future position really represents cutting each other out. Although I do feel a little bit like there's some concern there, okay? Maybe, I don't want to say insecurity, because it's not like you're overthinking it, because I think you've moved into the Ace of Cups energy. This is in the position where this is how you're viewing the situation with this person. That Ace of Cups energy. You want a new start so that you can express yourself emotionally, because you do understand and realize that this is a compatible partner for you. I mean, this person really represents everything that you want in a relationship and in a partnership. And you want it, it's like you're dying to say it, but you're really holding yourself back and trying to focus on other things in the world and get yourself out of your head and away from this whole energy right here, even if you have to do it with physical space. Okay, even if you like shut down communication altogether, because every time you hear from them, it makes you, it sparks that up in your head again, okay? So I think that there's a deliberate space. So the action that you're taking is very slow, methodical, thought out messages, very slow, methodical, thought out moves. Okay, if I'm going to make this real, if this is going to happen in the real world, and there's any potential to this, then I need clarity. Okay, so I do feel like there's a conversation coming. I do. It's on the agenda, is what I'm getting. You're just not there quite yet. Something's holding it back. Okay, so let's get clarification. Where are we going? Okay, so there's blockages, okay? So we're going to the Soul's Journey lesson cards. And, okay, so this is obviously a card, growth. I feel like this has to do with the headspace. Growth. How many more, Spirit? 3 more. So growth has been a focus. Surrender, you haven't surrendered fully to it, or they haven't surrendered fully to this connection. Okay, so that might be the Moon card here, so we'll get clarification with that together. 2 more, Spirit, for Saggies for the month of April. Indecision in the upright, okay? Okay. But also in the past, there's been indecisiveness, and that's probably why the Star card is here in the reverse. Okay, so yeah, that's where that goes in the past. And 1 more. Imagination. Okay. So we're going to need to get clarification on the imagination here. Okay, so this is... Okay, so this is about the Devil in reverse. Taking this from obsession and making it real is going to take...